I have a friend that has a 3-year-old similar to my son's age. I would say his sons and mine both catch on to things very fast and learn things very quickly. So with that being said, one day we went to the park and all the kids were racing and having fun. And I noticed him screaming at his son, but screaming in a tone that for most kids that age, they probably would be scared. In fact, some of the kids immediately stopped running. But he was telling his son to run faster. He's losing the race as if there was a real competition being held or they were racing for real in general. Um, but once he told me why he was like that towards his son, it sort of made sense because this wasn't the first instance, but the first time that I spoke to him about how he was towards him. In my head, I was thinking authoritarian parent, meaning very very high, demanding on every aspect of everything, particularly sports activities, etc. But his tone, the way he threatened his 3-year-old, and made a simple fun activity out of a demand is an example of a authoritarian parenting. It's imperative to have alternative proclivities or ways to parent. It's already hard. It's already a hard task in itself to take care of a child. Although I can't speak on everyone, for me, it's important to be strict and persistent in terms of as my son gets older, he'll know how to make his own positive choices, but also having the unauthoritarian like. I'm sorry, let me take that again. Having a unauthoritarian like, meaning anything fun like or hobby would not be demanded but praised. Because statistics shows that parents that are too strict on their kids tend to lose that relationship with them in the future, and they tend to develop harmful behavior problems such as alcohol and drugs, etc. So the question becomes, how do I know not to be too strict, right? Well, I'll give you a couple examples. One is you never let your kid pick out their own clothes. If a parent is treating a child younger than they are, then they could lose that credibility or trustworthiness. Meaning, even though your kid tells you or think that they like what you picked out for them, they really resent it but don't know how to tell you. So just imagine if they can keep this to themselves, what else can they keep from you? Another example is your child withdraws from you. Parents that are strict, parents that are too strict may set up an extremely uncomfortable environment where kids don't feel comfortable telling them things that they want to tell them, but feel as too much pressure is already on them. You have to have a balance to establish a formidable relationship with your kids. You can't be too strict or you can't be too lenient. You have to find a balance. Everyone doesn't have to be an authoritarian parent. You can be permissive, meaning your guidelines and rules, or not too subjective. Or you can be authoritative like myself, meaning not too strict but enough to keep a balance. In conclusion, it's easier said than done in terms of what kind of parent best suits you. Hopefully I was able to enforce a little knowledge about the different parenting methods, and hopefully this can help you now or in the future with your children. Thanks.